Alright, so this is for State of Jamaica Caribbean, and this is a very messed up story. This was from earlier this month in June, and it talks about this Jamaican guy who married this Trinidadian woman and had a daughter, and because of the COVID-19 ban, like they've been separated. Because you know that certain places aren't letting in other nationals, they're letting in non-citizens. So all right, so here we go. So had it not been for COVID-19, Jamaica-born cruise ship worker Dujan Thomas would have disembarked the Disney fantasy with his Trinidadian wife Sabrina when the vessel docked in the Twin Island recently. However, the Trinidad and Tobago government admitted that only its nationals would be allowed entry because of the COVID-19 restrictions. Thomas, who had made Trinidad his home when he was off the vessel, was forced not only to leave his wife of 8 years behind, but was robbed of the opportunity to see his two children. Quote to quote, I was really disappointed that they did not allow me entry because I'm on the verge of getting my residency papers. Yeah, I think people wonder, okay, why didn't he do this earlier? I mean, we don't know the circumstance why this wasn't done earlier, so I'm not really gonna. For those who will probably ask that question, I mean, I asked that when I read this, but I digress. So, that is where I live with my wife and my children, Thomas told a gleaner from his quarantine location in St. Anne yesterday. Quote to quote, I'm married to Trinidadian and I'm also CARICOM national, so I believe that they should have handled my situation differently. Thomas said that he would be as much at home in Jamaica as he would be in Trinidad, albeit to his wife and children and in-laws with whom he has a fantastic relationship. Once I went to a quarantine center, I'll be going off and spend time with my grandmother who lives in St. Anne and Thomas, who is a chef. In an interview with the Trinidad Express, Mrs. Thomas, who was a telephone operator on the ship said that when the vessel docked in Trinidad, she realized that her husband would not allow entry. She cried because their 3-year-old and 7-year-old children were eager to see him. Quote to quote, today I'm off to Disney Fantasy, but my husband couldn't. He's not a national, but we have pending permanent residency. She told Express adding that they were ready to complete the paperwork. The unhappy husband and father told Glenn that being away from his family has been such a traumatic experience. I can't read it because this is so emotional. That's very hard. Alright, so so basically this ends saying that until they open its borders to non-nationals, they're still away separate for each other. No, no. Recently Jamaica has opened its border back to non-nationals this week. Not sure what Trinidad and Tobago's thing is, but I do feel hope things are working for this guy because that's messed up. That he can't see his wife and children because of this epidemic. And yeah, like I said, like it's just like I said, like it's. I know people are still wondering how come he didn't get this. This wasn't worked, but I guess that they were in the progress of working in getting citizenship or permanent residence, but we don't know the circumstances. So to all those who are still wondering that, let's cut the guy some slack. So I don't know these people. I can't say what they are, but I sympathize with that situation. Cause you think that because he's married to a Trinidad citizen and he has a family with them, that they should have had some kind of they would have taken that to consideration. Because they obviously weren't thinking about his wife and children while they did this. And yeah, they could have the case if he had tested positive for the COVID-19 thing, but apparently they weren't going to let him off that ship to confirm whether or not he has. So hopefully we don't know. For all people in Trinidad and Tobago, I mean, tell me how things work there with regards to if they've left it open the board up by now. So that's all I have to say. But this is a very messed up thing what happened. So let's hope that this guy is reunited to do with his family in Trinidad because that's tough. I mean, he's a husband and a father. He shouldn't be away from his family. So anyways, this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my other YouTube pages, Miles Goose and Fair and Miles Jeff Productions. Alright, and like I said, until also check out Real Thoughts of Miles. Because even after YouTube lifts this ban, takes me to YouTube jail this week, I'll still be finding new use for my newest page. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright.